Jason Walk, followed by third baseman Camden Johnson, and then first baseman today, Dayton LaChance. Shortstop Jackson Willits homered yesterday. He's back in the cleanup spot, followed by left fielder Trey Gamble. And then catcher Brendan Brock. In right field batting seventh will be Nolan Stevens, followed by today's DH Drew Dickerson. And batting ninth and playing second base will be Caden Brumbaugh. The Sooners will go against Taylor Penn in the bottom of the first inning. Oklahoma lefty Gavin Jones is out for his first start of the year. This is the lineup that will oppose him, sent out by Willie Bloomquist. It'll be Landon Hairston, the first baseman, in the leadoff spot. He drove in 5 runs yesterday. Then shortstop P.J. Mutsaritas. Right fielder Dean Toigo bats third, and in the cleanup spot will be the DH Nu Contrades. Batting fifth, center fielder Dominic Longo. Third baseman Austin Rolig is in the number 6 spot. Then it is the left fielder Matt Polk. In the number 8 spot will be Cohen Neekly, who's doing the catching. He did not play in yesterday's game, but Cohen Neekly is catching and batting 8th. And also a guy that was not in the lineup for Arizona State yesterday is the second baseman Beckett Zavorik. He will bat 9th. And so Gavin Jones is out on the bump going through his warm-up tosses. A look at our umpiring group is presented by Cavens Group. If you have a water emergency or mold issue at your home, give Cavens Group a call at 405-573-3048. Available 24 hours a day. Mark Wagers will be behind home plate. Brandon Meisen is down at first base. A.J. Wendell is the second base umpire. And down at third base is Seth Buckminster as we are set to go on a beautiful day at Camry Family Stadium. Game day weather is presented by David Payne, the Oklahoma weather expert, only on Oklahoma's News 9. We had wind gusts of 30 miles an hour yesterday, not the case here today. It's 70 degrees and about 41% humidity. The wind is a gentle breeze today. It's blowing across from right field to left. It's more out of the south today, and we will certainly take it. Ordered up a beautiful afternoon for baseball. Landon Hairston bats from the left side, swings at the first pitch and shoots one down the left field line into that left field foul corner. It rumbles around down there. Hairston jogs into second base with a lead-off double. He hit 2 home runs yesterday and drove in 5. And right away, the Sun Devils have their 7th double in 2 games so far this week.
And Hairston just seeing Sooner pitching great so far through this 2-game midweek set.
He's kind of slashed that one, sliced it in between the Sooner third baseman Camden Johnson and the bag down there. So not really a change here for Gavin Jones. He works out of the stretch full time, even with nobody on. He'll face P.J. Mutsaritas, who was 1 for 3 with 3 runs scored yesterday. Squares to bunt and fouls it back behind home plate. So the leadoff double here for the Sun Devils. Seemed like there were base runners all day for Arizona State yesterday. Gavin Jones would like to make sure that's not the case for Oklahoma this afternoon. The lefty is set to the right-hand hitting shortstop Mutsaritas. Peeks back at Hairston. And the 0-1 up and away. So that count is all even. Brendan Brock doing the catching today. Camden Johnson is down at third. Jackson Willits, the Sooner shortstop. Caden Brumbaugh getting the start at second base today. His first start at second base as a Sooner. And Dayton LaChance is over at first base. 1-1 pitch ready to Mutsaritas. And it's right through there. A ball and 2 strikes. Took a little bit off and hit the outer half of the plate. Trey Gamble is in left field. Jason Walk, the center fielder. Nolan Stevens, who hit a 2-run home run for the Sooners yesterday, is out in right on a gorgeous day. 1 ball, 2 strikes to P.J. Mutsaritas. The right fielder, Dean Toigo, waits on deck. And Gavin Jones, the inside leg move, spins and throws out to the second baseman, Caden Brumbaugh. Back in is Landon Hairston. Sun Devils 23 of 27 as a team in the stolen base department. Do not run quite as much as do the Sooners, but they'll take a base on you. 1-2, up and in. 95-mile-an-hour fastball that was close. Get an idea what that strike zone is going to be today for Mark Wagers. And the count's all square at 2-2 on Mutsaritas. 1 for 3, 3 runs scored yesterday for Mutsaritas, and a .409 hitter on the year. He's one of 5 Sun Devils batting .400 or better through 8 undefeated games this year. And Jones trying to edge away toward that outside corner, but misses in the left-handed batter's box. So the count is full. First base is open, but you certainly hate to give up any more base runners early in this game. So a 3-2 pitch coming to P.J. Mutsouridis. And a fastball is too tall. Ball 4. First 2 have reached for the Sun Devils. Mutsouridis jogs down to first. And the right fielder, Dean Toigo, will get a chance.
A couple of times Jones came in on Mutsouridis a little bit. And Mutsouridis not going to offer at it. A good eye.
So first and second, nobody out, and here's Toigo, the right fielder. Lefty-lefty matchup between these two. Toigo was 2 for 4, drove in a pair yesterday. Pulled on the ground towards short, sliding into the outfield turf is Brumbaugh. The throw to first is knocked down by LaChance, but he couldn't squeeze it, and so everybody is safe. Brumbaugh had to range a long way, sliding into the turf in shallow right. He came up cleanly, and had LaChance hung on to it, they would have gotten him. It will be an error. So the bases are loaded with nobody out for Contradas, the DH and cleanup batter. They charge that to the first baseman, LaChance, and that's his second error of the year. And a huge opportunity for the Sun Devils in the first as new Contradas is in. He swings and hits a sky ball into right field, gently drifting toward the line. Nolan Stevens has it in mid-depth in right field. Tagging at third is going to be Hairston, but a good one-hop throw leaves Hairston frozen at third base. And so Gavin Jones gets the first out on a fly ball off the bat of new Contradas, and the runners will all hold at first, second, and third.
See if you can dial up another ground ball, Chad, and get out of this messy top of the first.
Can't tell if the wind, I don't think it impacted that whatsoever. But Stevens certainly kept coming in and coming in. He was trying to get behind it a little bit so he could make a strong throw. Good solid one-hop throw into Brock, and wisely Hairston held put for the Sun Devils. Here's Dominic Longo in from the right side and taking a fastball that I'm guessing outside or up is where that one missed.
Yeah, it was close. Maybe just a little bit upstairs, tight zone early.
Longo was 2 for 4. He drove in 3 runs yesterday. 1-0 pitch pulled toward third, and it just skips foul. That also came close to hitting Hairston, the base runner down there at third. Now, he was in foul territory, so it wouldn't have mattered. But he had to kind of move out of the way of that one. Fielded foul by Camden Johnson. And so the count is 1-1 to Dominic Longo, the center fielder. Longo batting .389 for the year, making his 6th start in now 9 games for Arizona State this year. 1-1 pitch. Down and in, and 2-1. Arizona State 8-0 for the first time since going 21-0 in 2019. And Oklahoma, that great start, 7-1. Prior to yesterday, they'd scored at least 10 runs in every game. The 2-1 is outside from Jones to Longo. No place to put him, in a 3-1 count to Dominic Longo. This is going to be a bullpen kind of a day anyway, Skip Johnson saying. I don't expect Gavin Jones to go 5 innings or anything. Wants to see some arms out of the pen, but he'd certainly like for Gavin Jones to get him a few outs. The 3-1 is swatted on a couple of hops toward the front step of the Sooner dugout on the third base side. So it's a full count. This feels like a pretty big pitch early in this game, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a gigantic moment early. Just the momentum of this midweek 2-game set so far.
There I go, making too much of one pitch. But bases loaded, full count, 1 away in the first. And the payoff. Downstairs, he walked him. The bases loaded walk forces in Landon Hairston. And Dominic Longo drives in a run on a free pass. 2 walks and an error to go with a double in the inning. And once again, the Sun Devils are on the board first. And that will bring in Austin Rolig, the third baseman. So Hairston scores. Mutsouridis to third. Toigo to second base. And Longo, via the walk, takes his lead at first. First pitch hit in the hole. It's short. Willits gets there. His throw goes to third, but Johnson had to go to try to play the ball, and so the runner there will be safe. Mutsaritas scores on what will be an infield hit. Toigo is safe at third, and the bases are still loaded. Rolig drives in the run with an infield single, and that was kind of in no man's land. Camden Johnson venturing over from third to try to get to it, and even though Willits came up with it, Johnson couldn't get back to the bag in time to take the throw for the force play. 2-0 Arizona State, and here's Matt Polk, the left fielder. And he takes a little bit outside. Matt Polk came on, pinch hit, had a base hit in yesterday's game. And he gets the start out in the outfield today. So 2 runs home for Arizona State on now 2 hits and a Sooner error and a couple of walks. 1-0 pitch, Polk. Ground ball to the second baseman, Brumbaugh. He'll flip it to Willits, who guns it across, and the Sooners do not get the man at first as Matt Polk is safe at first, and crossing the plate is Toigo to make it 3-0. As Polk getting down the line quickly. And LaChance trying to take that throw in. We'll get another look at that one. Sooners not looking like they want to have another look at it, and it's 3-0 Sun Devils. So Toigo crosses the plate. Longo is able to make third on the play. And the batter will be Cohen Niklai, who we did not see yesterday. He's doing the catching today. 3-0 Arizona State. Gavin Jones deals a strike. Runners are at the corners with 2 away. That looked like it was going to be a tailor-made double play, and Matt Polk just getting down the line quickly. Cohen Niklai in from the right side. Jones going to throw over to first and keep Matt Polk fairly tight over there. Sun Devils, just as was the case yesterday, are on the board first in this one. Gavin Jones misses low and away, and the count is even at 1-1. Again, throw over to first, chases Polk back in. Dominic Longo is the runner down at third, with Polk at first and 3 runs in. And Jones trying to get out of a troublesome top of the first for the Sooners. 1-1, fouled out of play as he whacks it, slicing it over the roof of Kimry Family Stadium and out toward the parking lot.
And just trying to find this final strike, work around some free passes, and just minimize it to 3. The defensive error as well, opening the door for this inning to continue.
Cohen Niklai with a 1-2 count on him. And Gavin Jones trying to finish the frame downstairs on to second base as the pitch was a little bit low, is going to go Polk. No throw down by Brock, who was able to stop that ball. And the count goes to 2-2 on Niklai. So now 2 men in scoring position. Polk at second and Longo at third. Jones 2-2, just missed outside. Took something off of that pitch. Did not get the call. And a full count with first base open and 2 down. Beckett Zavorik, the second baseman, would bat next. The 3-2 got him swinging. And so Gavin Jones is able to strike out Cohen Niklai to finish things in the first. But the Sun Devils get 3 runs on 2 hits and a Sooner error and leave 2 men out there. 13th ranked Oklahoma trying to come from behind for the second consecutive days. The Sooners will come to the plate for the bottom of the first in a moment. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Here we
walk, an RBI single and a fielder's choice ground ball, scoring the 3 runs for the Sun Devils in the first. And so Oklahoma is now tasked for the second consecutive day with trying to come from behind. It'll be Jason Walk, Camden Johnson, and Dayton LaChance to face Taylor Penn. What do we know about this right-hander for the Sun Devils, Josh, as he goes out there and toes the bump for Arizona State today?
Big 6'5" right-hander, 14 games a season ago, 4 starts, a 3.48 ERA, a 3-1 record last season, 25 strikeouts against 5 walks.
Jason Walk in from the left side. Sooner center fielder takes this one up and away from Taylor Penn. The Sun Devils got a really good start from Cole Klecker yesterday, went 5 innings, gave 3 hits and 3 runs. And Skip Johnson talking about Sooner offense needing to be a little more patient today. You can't hit an 8-run home run, and here with nobody on, you certainly can't hit a 3-run home run as Walk takes strike one. Count is even to Jay Walk, batting .250, and pulls this one foul toward the first base dugout. 1-2 on Jason Walk.
And yesterday just couldn't find that timely hit in the 4th, and you'd have to think you're hoping at some point you get that opportunity to create that timely hit today a couple of times.
Got a home run from Jackson Willits, loaded the bases with 1 away, and then that was it. As you said in that 4th inning, as Walk takes down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jason Walk, the junior from Ackworth, Georgia. .267 hitter last year, 13 doubles, 18 stolen bases, 9 home runs. And he shoots this one into left center field, kind of a tailing line drive, diving, laying out is Longo, the center fielder. And he got it just off the turf. Longo robbing a potential triple from Jason Walk there, the way that he can run, laying out with the backhanded dive to grab that one for the first out.
Great defensive play. Swiping extra bases from Oklahoma here to start.
But you'll take that swing of the bat from Jason Walk. He got a pitch that he could drive toward the alley in left center field. There's a lot of room out there. 405 to straightaway center. The lines are 330 to left and 320 to right as Camden Johnson stands in and whacks the first pitch foul. Sooner third baseman 0 for 1 today. Camden 0 for 3 yesterday, struck out a couple of times. But batting at .391 as he enters the day. He's having a really good start. The Wichita State transfer. 16 runs scored, which is second in the SEC coming into the day. 1-1 the count to him. Batted .325 last year at Wichita State. Already a couple of good games. Had a 4-hit game in Oklahoma's win over TCU down in Arlington on opening weekend. And this is a very veteran, physical offense that Oklahoma can put out there. Guys that have been around college baseball for a minute or two. 2-1 the count as Cam Johnson digs back in from the left side. And the 2-1 over the outer half. A fastball 92 miles an hour from Taylor Penn. The 2-2 delivery went after a high fastball and came up empty. A strikeout of Camden Johnson is out number 2 here in the first inning. He's kind of elevated it. And Johnson couldn't hold up. Looked like it was probably a little up and out of the strike zone. Base is empty and 2 down. And here is Dayton LaChance, who's playing first base for the Sooners today. Was the catcher in yesterday's game. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, but batting .375 with 10 runs batted in. And he takes the first pitch a little bit outside. 1-0. Dayton LaChance, junior college All-American last year at McLennan. Second team, he hit 21 home runs. The next one is in there for a called strike, and it is 1-1. One pitch, fastball, outside edge. Dayton LaChance kind of stands up. Don't think that he believed that it was a strike.
Grabbed it and pulled it over on that outside corner, Chad.
This next pitch is foul back. 1-2 to Dayton LaChance. Jackson Willits waiting on deck. 3-0 Arizona State in the bottom of the first inning. A bases loaded walk, an RBI single, and a fielder's choice ground ball plating the 3 Sun Devils runs. Here's the 1-2 for LaChance. Rifles this one toward right field, but Toigo, the right fielder, moves in and toward right center field and makes the catch. The inning is over. Sooners go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first, and it's 3-0 Sun Devils headed to the second in Norman. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back? You've got some nerve.
But right now, 3-0 in favor of Arizona State. Just a gorgeous day. We had winds howling out at 25 miles per hour. Sun Devils hit 4 home runs yesterday, and the Sooners 2. And what ifs really don't matter, but you wonder how many would have been out of here on a day like this where we've got more of a gentle breeze. And I suppose it doesn't matter, but it's a much different day weather-wise.
Yeah, and I can tell you the pitchers are probably happy today's conditions are what they are.
First pitch is downstairs to the number 9 man, Beckett Zavorik. Yeah, as a pitcher, you come to the ballpark and you just watch that wind and go, man, I did not get a break today. Try to put yourself in a positive frame of mind. They did yesterday, but that wind was howling. Zavorik checked his swing and fouled this pitch off over on the first base side. 1-1 the count to Beckett Zavorik.
And we saw a handful of home runs last night, Chad, leave to right. But, man, it was just blowing straight out to center. So you got to think that's a helping breeze, even a ride.
Gavin Jones back out for the Sooners. And his 1-1 pitch is over but low. And 2-1 now to Zavorik. The leadoff man, Landon Hairston, waits on deck. Landon Hairston having quite a series. Double earlier today and another run scored after driving in 5 yesterday. That's who awaits. But Jones deals the 2-1 up and away to Zavorik. There's a little bit of light stretching going on in the Oklahoma bullpen, which is now down the right field line and in play. You can see it just over the now clear fencing. The visitors' bullpen down the left field line. And the home bullpen is down right. This one is squibbed foul at home plate, sending the count to 3-2 on Zavorik. Just the continued improvements happening here at Kimry Family Stadium. You've got flags out in right center field. You can't really sit on the hill out there, but you can walk down. There's a little bit of a trail, so you can just get right outside the right center field fence, which is now see-through. Swing and a miss. Gavin Jones. That'll be back-to-back strikeouts, in fact, for the Sooner lefty. Going back to the final out in the first as he fans Beckett Zavorik, the number 9 batter.
Great battle right there. Battling back, getting the punch out for Gavin Jones to get this second inning started.
Back to the top of the order for Landon Hairston. It's a little bit of a hazy day. You know, you're driving around, driving to the ballpark today, and you're like, is the wind blowing a dust storm today, or have we had wildfires? But it is a tad bit hazy today. Not heavy winds, though, that would have produced that, as Hairston was trying to hit his 3rd home run of this 2-game set. Went down to a knee. That looked like former left-handed Arizona State hitter Reggie Jackson when he went down to a knee right there. Big hack. But it's a nice day, a little hazy. In fact, the lights are on at Kimry Family Stadium, even though we're just past 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not sure the science on that, the physics on why the lights help when the sky's a little hazier. Maybe it just makes you feel a little bit better about it.
Well, don't ask me. I'm
Exactly.
not the expert on that subject.
1-1 on Hairston. Good pitch by Gavin Jones. Fastball that runs over the outer half. Takes it to 1-2. Hairston making his first start at first base. He's been out in left field primarily this year. That's where he was yesterday. Lefty-lefty matchup here between the two. And a swing and a miss. So how about 3 straight strikeouts for Gavin Jones? Bases empty and 2 down in the second for the Sun Devils. So Gavin Jones has figured something out here with 3 straight strikeouts. In all honesty, he gave up the 1 hit to Austin Rolig. Other than that, it was walks and an error that doomed him in the first inning when he gave up 3. Here's P.J. Moutsouridis, who walked and scored his first time. And there's another fastball for a strike. 95 miles an hour from Gavin Jones. Swing and a miss there. Turned that one over on the outer half. And it's 0-2 on Mutsaritas. Gavin Jones looking strong here in the second. He's retired now 4 men in a row and has an 0-2 count on Mutsaritas. Misses upstairs. Mutsaritas not chasing. PJ Mutsaritas is 1 for 3 with 4 runs scored in this 2-game set.
Get Mutsaritas here, and maybe you think about Gavin Jones, inning number 3.
Mutsaritas a .333 hitter. 1-2 pitch. Downstairs, maybe a little outside, and the count is square. Sooner lefty ready to the right-hander Mutsaritas, and outside for a full count. This appears a little more in control of things. Not saying that he was trying to miss with that pitch, but it was in the general area. 3-2 pitch with 2 down and the base is clear. Low, ball 4. So that ends a stretch of 3 consecutive strikeouts for Gavin Jones. And Mutsaritas has walked for the second time today. He was able to score on a base hit by Austin Rolig in the first. And so Gavin Jones now deals with the left-handed hitting Dean Toigo, the right fielder. Toigo reached on an error, which was a dropped ball at first base by the first baseman Dayton LaChance in the first. A throw over that sends Mutsaritas back in. Toigo pulled one, and the second baseman Brumbaugh had to go a long way, sliding into the outfield grass in shallow right. He did slide and come up with it. It was a one-hop throw to first, and LaChance had it in his glove but didn't hang on. He was charged with the error on the play. Gavin Jones misses up and away here to Toigo. Toigo's driven in 2 runs in this set, 2 for 4 at the plate. 2 for 5, beg your pardon, after safe on an error earlier. 1-0 pulled foul outside of first.
Took away what was going to be a fine defensive play from Brumbaugh. See if they can find another ground ball here.
One and one to Toigo. And this one is lifted down the left field line. High fly ball that's foul toward what used to be the Sooner bullpen. Now vacant. Oh, you think about all the memories, all the guys that were developed out in that bullpen.
Little different scene now at Kimry Family Stadium.
It is.
Fun, though.
Crowd's into it here in the second inning. And it's a good Wednesday afternoon crowd. There goes the runner. They've got him picked off. The throw to LaChance and down to Willits. And sliding in, tagged out, is PJ Mutsaritas as he got picked off at first by Gavin Jones for the 3rd out. So Jones faces the minimum, gives up a walk, but picks the man off at first base. And we'll go to inning number 2, the bottom half. Home team coming to the plate, but trailing 3-0. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
Dr. Martin Lopez.
The state leads Oklahoma 3-0, bottom 2. Oklahoma Athletics would like to thank the official Eat, Play, Stay partners, House Smith Restaurants. Visit Norman, Cup Pop, Norman NCED, Midway Deli, and you can visit Soonersports.com for more information.
Middle third of the Oklahoma lineup headed plateward here in the bottom of the second inning. Jackson Willits is in, taking a strike from Taylor Penn, the right-hander. Works out of the stretch full time. He's kind of on the extreme right side of the rubber, more toward what would be the right-handed batter's box. Jackson Willits rifles one toward the center fielder Longo, who has to go about 3 steps to his left to put it away in about medium depth in more right center or toward right center field. Some good swings here by the Sooners in the early going. Walk has had a good swing, LaChance, and that one by Willits. But one down, bases empty here in the second for Trey Gamble.
And Walk was just absolutely robbed in left center by Longo.
Trey Gamble in from the left side, batting at .500. Making his 8th start of the year. What a start it has been. 2 home runs and 8 runs driven in. 10 runs scored. This one is lifted in the air toward left center field. The left fielder, Matt Polk, calls off the center fielder, Longo, and makes the catch. Again, about medium depth in left center field. 2 down. Gamble, usually a guy that takes a bunch of pitches with all the walks that he draws, trying to ambush the first pitch there. Gamble's drawn 10 walks this year to lead the Sooners, but he's out on that fly ball to the left fielder, Polk. And with the bases empty and 2 down, here's Brendan Brock. Swings at the first pitch, drives it to deep left field. Matt Polk is back to the track, and it's gone! Brendan Brock on the first pitch from Taylor Penn with 2 down in the second. Drives it out of here over the head of the left fielder, Matt Polk. And the Sooners get back within 3-1 in the bottom of the second inning. Oklahoma's hit 3 home runs in the 2 games, and that Sooner home run is brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores, farm fresh for over 50 years. Brendan Brock with his 2nd home run, his 11th RBI of the year, and Oklahoma is on the board.
Brendan Brock was somebody Oklahoma thought could provide some juice, some pop to this lineup, and he sure did right there, Chad.
Bases empty and 2 gone. First pitch swinging is Nolan Stevens, who homered yesterday. Hit a 2-run shot, his first as a Sooner. Yeah, you're right about Brendan Brock. He was first-team junior college All-American with 20 home runs last year at Southwest Illinois Community College. Sooners had those 2 catchers that they have, Dayton LaChance and Brendan Brock. They were first team with Brock and second team LaChance, junior college All-Americans. And both of them hit 20-plus homers. 1-1 pitch here. Inside and low to Nolan Stevens. 2-1 the count now. Brendan Brock, a home run, 7 runs driven in this year, batting .286, and it's a one-hopper. Gloved by the pitcher, Taylor Penn. The underhanded flip to the first baseman, Hairston. The inning is over. But the Sooners get on the board on Brendan Brock's 2nd home run of the season. It's Arizona State 3, Oklahoma 1 through 2 innings at Kimry Family Stadium. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
3 down, struck out the side to end it. I like what he's shown us so far. See if he can give Oklahoma some, an inning of work, a little bit of length. We'll see what it looks like today for Caden Leon.
Caden Leon also played at McLennan Community College last year. And he will face Dean Toigo, the right fielder who was at the plate when P.J. Moutsouridis got picked off first base to end the 2nd inning. Leon's first pitch is outside 0-1. Or I should say in there, 0-1. Caught the outside half of the plate. Toigo, a 400 hitter, takes downstairs. Leon works fast. He's out of Austin, as we said. His dad, Scott, played in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. 1-1 to Toigo. Couldn't hold up on a breaking pitch that bounced about 3 feet shy of home plate. 1-2 now. Toigo, a 2-time transfer. The 1-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Caught him looking. And Leon's breaking pitch has a different look to it from what the Sun Devils have seen so far today. You can see Toigo walking over toward the new on-deck batter, Dominic Longo, just kind of shaking his head at that pitch. 1 down, base is clear, and here's the DH, New Contradas, who flied out to Sooner right fielder Nolan Stevens his first time in the first. Leon's first pitch is in there for a called strike. Beyond 96-mile-an-hour fastball that misses downstairs. Numbers on Gavin Jones, who started for the Sooners today. 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts through 46 pitches in his 2 innings of work. 1-1 pitch here, swung on and popped foul behind home plate and out of play. So it goes to 1-2 on Contreras, who is 3 out of 5, including a 2-run home run yesterday since he has arrived here in Norman. Caden Leon, the second Sooner pitcher today. Pivots and deals a 1-2. Breaking pitch, low and away. And 2 balls and 2 strikes. We will see numerous arms out of the bullpen from Skip Johnson. Mentioned wanting to see Jason Bowden today. So Reed Hensley yesterday. He looked good in his outing as this one is chopped toward third. Tough play for Johnson coming in, taking it, picking it right away, and gunning it across to LaChance to get the out. Nicely done by Camden Johnson.
Yeah, had to get some zip on that baseball over into the glove of LaChance, and a good job fielding it before. Nice defensive play for out number 2.
Bases empty and 2 gone for the Sun Devils. Here's Dominic Longo, the center fielder who walked his first time. Longo, ground ball right at the shortstop. Willits backs up into the outfield. Throw is up the line toward home, but it's gloved and the tag applied by Dayton LaChance on Longo. Man, those plays scare you a little bit when you've got to reach that left arm back to make a tag on a running base runner. But it was LaChance making the play, and the inning is over. The Sun Devils go 1-2-3 in the top of the
game. To nominate a Patriot, visit BobMooreFord.com/hero.
Home half of the third coming your way from Kimberly Family Stadium in Norman. Arizona State leads Oklahoma 3-1. And for the Sooners, DHing is Drew Dickerson. He's in the number 8 spot and leading off, taking the first pitch from Taylor Penn for ball 1. Right-hander versus right-hander. Dickerson tried to hold up, but he went too far around. It might have been a strike anyway, says plate umpire Brandon Meisen. And it's 1-1 on Dickerson, making his 4th start of the season and batting .455 with a pair of home runs and 8 runs batted in. There are some physical players in this lineup. They don't necessarily play every single day, but guys with pop for the Sooners. And Dickerson is one of them. 2-1 the count to the Sooner DH. Take strike 2. Dickerson homered, drove in 3 runs in the Saturday game against Coppin State over the weekend. They'll be followed by Caden Brumbaugh, and then the top of the Sooner order, Jason Walk here in the 3rd. 2-2 pitch. Hits this one hard toward right field, cruising over and back to run it down is Dean Toigo. Another ball hit hard by the Sooners that the Sun Devils chase down. Dickerson is retired to start the 3rd. Toigo running over toward the foul corner in right field, jogging past the Sooner bullpen. No doubt they're having a couple of conversations out there. The visiting right fielder gets to have conversations with the home bullpen now, and the home left fielder gets to have conversations with the visiting bullpen down left field. Oh, to be a fly on the bullpen wall. And here's some of those as Caden Brumbaugh stands in. First one is in there. The next one is too tall, and it's 1-1 to Caden, making his 2nd start at second base this year. Has managed to get some at-bats, DHing at times, 4 for 11 on the season. Whacks that one foul. Back to the back screen, and it'll stay 1-2 on Caden Brumbaugh out of Edmond Santa Fe High School. Began his collegiate career at Oklahoma State and then went to Nebraska. Had a redshirt year his first year before playing last year when he batted .309 and hit 5 home runs for the Huskers. But now a Sooner. Ground ball to the right side and too far out of range for Zavorik, the second baseman. It's a 1-out single into right field for Caden Brumbaugh. The Sooners have a base runner, and they get to the top of the order for Jason Walk.
Now back for the Sooners. Center fielder number 1, Jason Walk.
2 hits for Oklahoma, a home run by Brock and the base hit by Brumbaugh. And here's Jay Walk, who lined out to the center fielder Longo, making a leaping grab off the turf in left center field his first time. And Walk takes up and away.
Yeah, that was a terrific defensive play, but if you're Walk, you're thinking that one was well hit.
You'll take the contact. Pretty good lead at first for Brumbaugh. He's held on over there by Hairston, and he draws the attention of Penn, who throws over.
First time through, Sooner hitters, they have a couple of bad luck outs mixed in there.
There were 4 lineouts on the first time through the order. Walk, LaChance, Willits, and Dickerson. And Walk takes this one a little bit outside, 2-0. Sooners trying to put a little pressure on Taylor Penn, who hasn't had any base traffic until now. The only other hit was the home run by Brock. Another throw over to first, and Brumbaugh is back in. Brumbaugh 1 for 1 in the stolen base department this year. Sooners are 30 of 32. The chaos offense of Reggie Willits, and 3-0 now to Walk as it misses up and away with Camden Johnson on deck. There's activity out in the Sun Devils bullpen out in left field. And Walk shows bunt, takes to 3-0, and it misses outside. How about a 4-pitch walk to Jason Walk? And the Sooners have the tying run aboard with 1 away in the third now. Big chance here. Camden Johnson is in. He struck out against Penn back in the first. Right-hander to left-hander. It's interesting to watch Penn. He is on the extreme right side of the rubber. He doesn't really vary it, whether it's a left-hander or a right-hander in the box. First pitch to Johnson. Fastball on the outer half. Took a little bit off that fastball. It's 91. He's been kind of living around 94. I'm thinking 1 to Camden Johnson. Cam's batting .375 with a home run and 5 runs driven in. Big swing there at an off-speed pitch. And he came up empty. So 0-2. Not paying any attention to Walk at first. And Brumbaugh leads away from second base. The shortstop, Mutsaritas, is kind of behind him. He's close to the bag. As a fastball is up and away to Camden Johnson. And it's 1-2. One-two, ripped back up the middle. It's a base hit into center field. Longo, the center fielder, is up with it. Brumbaugh is around third. The throw will be cut off, and it's an RBI single by Camden Johnson as the Sooners get within a run. 3-2 the score. Camden Johnson fell behind in the count, but he drilled that one back up the middle, and now the Sooners have the potential go-ahead run aboard with only 1 away.
Yeah, it was a great at-bat from Camden Johnson. Falling behind and able to rip in that RBI knock. Get Oklahoma back within 1.
So Caden Brumbaugh in the lineup gets the single and the run scored. And Camden Johnson drives in a run. Time called here by the Sun Devils. No visit from the dugout. It's just a conversation with Neat Cly, the catcher, and Taylor Penn, the pitcher. We'll remind you that the best place to gear up for game day is the Sooner Shop. Sooner Shop is the official fan shop of OU Athletics, located on the west side of Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Online shopping is always available at shop.soonersports.com. And the Sooner Sports Podcast is your all-access audio pass to Sooner Sports. Listen as Toby Rowland and Chris Plank talk all things Sooners. Log on to Soonersports.com/podcast or search Sooner Sports Podcast in your favorite podcast provider. The Sooner Sports Podcast is presented by Allstate and by Riverwind Casino. And we're going to have a pitching change on the part of the Sun Devils for the first time today. The Sooners getting back within a run. A base hit by Caden Brumbaugh, RBI single by Camden Johnson. And Oklahoma strikes, 2 runners aboard and only 1 out in a 3-2 ball out of Scottsdale. Only 21 innings last season, but made 20 appearances as a freshman. That was 2 years ago. And he'll face Oklahoma first baseman Dayton LaChance. Jason Walk is second base. Camden Johnson is at first. and a run home to make it a 3-2 game. LaChance lined out to the right fielder, Dean Toigo, his first time back in the first inning. And Halverson's going to spin with the inside leg move and throw out to Zavorik, the second baseman. Jason Walk not afraid to steal third base. First pitch, a big swing there by LaChance, and he fouls it back behind him. Dayton LaChance out of Sherbrooke, Quebec, Canada. Already 3 multi-hit games. Had a 6-game hitting streak snapped yesterday when he went 0 for 3. Hard hit ball, as we said earlier, to right field. A little early on that one as well. Fouls it back. And it is 0-2.
Both of these Sooners, Chad, on the base paths can really run. Jason Walk, Camden Johnson, 13 stolen bases already between the two of them.
Like to see LaChance put one into an alley or down the line somewhere. But he's down in the count 0-2. Now the catcher, Niklai, is out to signal something to the defense. Halverson to the plate on 0-2. This is way upstairs. In fact, Niklai had to leap up out of his crouch to pick that one off. How about a good crowd? They're taking advantage of the 2 for Tuesdays at the ballpark.
$2 takeover, baby.
That's
Come
right.
on down.
$2 takeover. Beverages and select snacks for $2. 1-2 is blown away. Breaking pitch, backhanded by the catcher Niklai over in the left-handed batter's box. Outfield is pretty deep. They are probably 10 feet from the warning track in right. Now coming in a little bit, but straight away everywhere out there on the diamond. Second baseman Zavorik kind of cheating in. Hard hit ground ball, backhanded at third by Rolig. He'll step on the back, throw it across to first, and it is in time. And so Halverson comes in from the bullpen and induces a 5-3 inning-ending double play off the bat of Dayton LaChance. But Oklahoma gets a run. The Sooners do so on 2 base hits, an RBI single by Camden Johnson, and a couple of men left out there. It is 3-2. Arizona State on top of number 13 Oklahoma through 3 innings in Norman, and this is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
And it's available at CertaPro.com.
Top 4 in Norman, Arizona State 3, Oklahoma inching back 3-2 now. Hungry. Head to Brahms after the game for a bacon cheeseburger and milkshake made with Brahms A2 fresh milk. Proud partner of OU Athletics.
3-2, Arizona State on top of the 13th ranked Sooners. And first pitch swinging, Austin Rolig grounds one to straightaway short. Easy play for Jackson Willits across to Dayton LaChance for the first out. So Austin Rolig is retired to start the top of the 4th inning. That's 4 up and 4 down out of Skip Johnson's bullpen for Caden Leon. And he will face Matt Polk now.
And a couple of back-to-back ground balls over there to Jackson Willits at short.
Oh, you would have paid $1,000 for a ground ball yesterday. But they were kind of hard to come by for both pitching staffs. Balls flying into the gap and out of the ballpark. Not the case so far today.
Certainly in at least 4 instances would have liked the ground ball.
Matt Polk, an 0-1 pitch to him. Kind of got that off the end of the bat. It's a 2-hopper charging as Jackson Willits, and he guns it across to get Matt Polk. That's so much fun to watch a shortstop do that. You come galloping in, field it, you're a little bit off-footed, and you just fire it across. Jackson Willits handles that as cleanly as anybody. 2 ground balls to short. In fact, that's 3 ground balls to the shortstop off of the bats of Sun Devils. Last out in the 3rd and the first 2 here in the 4th. Koa Niklai, the catcher, the batter, struck out his first time. That was against Gavin Jones. And he takes a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Caden Leon for strike 1. Another fastball. This one just a tad bit outside. Sooner fans grumbling a little bit about that one. One and 1 the count on Niklai. Breaking pitch this time is down and away. Sun Devils got 3 runs in the first, a bases loaded walk to Longo, RBI single by Austin Rolig, and then a fielder's choice RBI ground ball by Polk. Made it 3-0. Sooners have a home run by Brendan Brock and an RBI single by Camden Johnson to get their 2. Couldn't hold up on that pitch. Beauty there from Leon. And it's 1-2, I should say, to Cohen Neekly. Neekly, the number 8 batter in the lineup. Out of the windup is Leon. 2 strikes and 2 down. Slow roller to the left side, cut off by the third baseman Johnson. Couldn't make a clean play, and it ricochets all the way over toward the Sooner dugout on the third base side of the infield. Neekly was not paying much attention to it. He was just trying to beat the rap at first base. Had he made a turn there, he might have thought about going to second. We'll see how that one is scored. Camden Johnson, that was all he could do. And I think if Willits comes in, the shortstop, and makes that play, there's probably no play. It would have been really challenging for him, Josh. We'll see the scoring on that one, but not a whole lot Camden Johnson could do. Runner at first and 2 down for Beckett Zavorik, the number 9 batting second baseman now. And it will be a base hit. The 3rd for the Sun Devils today. The 2 teams are even in the hits category today. Zavorik struck out his first time. He takes strike 1 from Leon. And another ground ball to short. 3-hopper to Willits, and the underhanded flip to the second baseman Brumbaugh that forces Neekly, the base runner there, inning over. No runs on a hit and a man left for the Sun Devils in the top of the 4th. It is 3-2 Arizona State on top of number 13 Oklahoma. And this is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Oklahoma baseball back with you. Bottom 4, 3-2 ball game. Arizona State in front. The University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Dos Equis, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, Shakes Frozen Custard, Gin and Juice, Pizza Hut, HTO, Coop Ale Works, Kona Ice, and Rock and Roll Tequila.
Thank you, Josh. 3-2 Arizona State on top. Bottom of the 4th inning, and Jackson Willits leads things off and slashes a foul ball over toward the Sooner dugout and out of play. Jackson lined out to the center fielder Dominic Longo back in the 2nd. Homered here yesterday, his first of the season. Plate umpire Mark Wagers came out, said hold on for just a second. Now we're ready to go. Halverson deals a breaking pitch for a strike, and it's 0-2. That's one of the best pitches that Halverson has thrown. He came in out of the bullpen. Sooners had gotten a run, and they had 2 men aboard, and he induced that 5-3 double play off the bat of LaChance. Here's his 0-2 to Willits, up and in. Jackson leaning back out of the way of that one.
Sooners trying to get the leadoff man aboard for the first time this afternoon.
That home run yesterday was the 20th of Jackson Willits' Sooner career. The 1-2 here, pulled to the right side, down to an E, the first baseman Hairston. He's up with it, and he'll take it to the bag himself. He called off the pitcher, Halverson. And so Willits grounds out to start the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring in Trey Gamble. Gamble hit a ball hard to the left fielder his first time today. Swung at the first pitch, which is kind of a rarity for the man who leads the Sooners with 10 walks. But he's batting .462. Halverson's first pitch, fastball misses outside. Gamble really stands on the back part of the left-handed batter's box. Halverson induces a ground ball with the shift on. The shortstop, Mutsaritas, was right behind the bag at second, so he only had to hop a couple of steps over to pick that one up and throw it across to the first baseman, Hairston. 2 down, and the base is empty. So Halverson has come out of the bullpen and gotten 4 outs. And Brendan Brock will be the Sooner batter. He homered. A solo shot back in the 2nd inning, his 2nd of the year.
Similar situation. 2 down, nobody on, send it out.
3-2 Arizona State here in the bottom of the fourth. And a foul ball off the end of the bat makes it 0-2 on Brock. Sooners have Gonzaga coming in over the weekend. The Bulldogs will be here starting on Friday. Make your plans. Friday at 4 o'clock, Saturday at 2, Sunday at 1. And then Dallas Baptist in the midweek, scheduled to come in. Kind of reached out and poked that one on a couple of hops to the shortstop. Moutsouridis, his throw to first is in time. And so the Sooners go down 1-2-3 in the fourth inning. 4 innings complete in Norman. It is Arizona State 3, number 13 Oklahoma 2. And this is Sooner Bees faced. Landon Hairston takes the first pitch upstairs. One is outside, a fastball there. 2-0 to Hairston. Drove in 5 runs and hit 2 home runs yesterday. So 3 hits in 6 official plate appearances in Norman for Landon Hairston. And the 2-0 to him here. Launched into the air in right center field, but he got under it. Jason Walk, the Sooner center fielder, calls off Nolan Stevens. The right fielder jogs over, and Jay Walk makes the catch for the first out in the 5th inning. You see the ball like that. Now, yesterday, that might have blown to the National Weather Service down the road. But with the wind today, pretty routine pop-up to Walk for the first out.
And a good job by Jay Walk, calling him off out there.
Here's Moutsouridis, who has walked twice today. First pitch swinging, shoots one through the right side, out into left field for a 1-out single. Opposite field hit for Moutsouridis. That's his 2nd hit of the 2-game series. And so the Sun Devils have a man aboard with 1 away for Dean Toigo, the right fielder. We'll get through the SEC scoreboard here at some point in this half inning. Get us caught up. First pitch to Toigo is over but low. Our SEC scoreboard is presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. SEC went 6-2 yesterday. There were 8 run rules, and 6-2 was the league in those games. As the throw goes over to first and chases Moutsouridis back in. There were 3 ranked losses yesterday around the SEC. How about so far today, Josh?
Well, 8 games in total. Missouri already final 5-1. They've beaten Arkansas Pine Bluff again.
This pitch is downstairs. 2-0 to Toigo.
Getting late in Athens, 5 apiece. Troy and number 11 Georgia. So that's an interesting score to follow right there.
Cade Leon working to Dean Toigo with a 2-0 count, a man at first and 1 away. And he comes back with a fastball for a strike, 2-1.
Speaking of upsets, Arkansas State, they pulled off the stunner yesterday against Arkansas down in Fayetteville, 1-0 today, bottom 7. So Arkansas in another tight contest late in Fayetteville versus Arkansas State.
The 2-1 is swung on and missed. The runner's on the move. A beautiful throw by Brock. The tag applied by Willits. And Moutsouridis is gunned down for the 2nd time today. He was picked off in the 2nd. And here just a straight caught stealing. So Brendan Brock makes it 2 down and the base is empty with a 2-2 count on a beautiful throw from behind home plate. And a swing and a foul tip that's hung onto by Brendan Brock. Just like that, the inning is over. So the Sun Devils get a 1-out single by Moutsouridis. He's erased on the caught stealing. Toigo strikes out, and that'll do it. We're halfway through this game. Bottom of the 5th coming up from Norman with the Sun Devils on top of the Sooners 3-2. And this is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
For the professional, it's not enough to...
Brought to us by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino's gaming floor has nearly 3,000 of your favorite games, complemented by a variety of bars, restaurants, and the best live music in the metro. The official entertainment destination of OU Athletics.
Home half of the 5th inning coming your way from Kimry Family Stadium, and the lower third of the Sooner lineup to the plate here. Wyatt Halverson First pitch, breaking pitch, called to strike to Nolan Stevens, the Sooner right fielder. Nolan hit a comebacker back in the second to the then pitcher Taylor Penn. He was retired. Stevens homered yesterday. It's a big swing at this one and shoots it foul and out of play on the third base side over the back screen. Count 0-2. Fastball at 93 there from Halverson. Sooner basketball team got a nice win last night. Late, did you stay up late, watch basketball?
That was fun, wasn't it?
10 o'clock. Porter Moser's team putting a win on the board as the 0-2 pitch here is down and in. Jenny Baranczyk's Oklahoma's women, who have won 4 straight. They're going to be hosting Arkansas tomorrow across the street here at the Lloyd Noble Center. And softball will have its home opener at Loves Field beginning on Friday. You got men's gymnastics in town this week on the OU campus, so plenty to do and see. Men's gymnastics at 6 o'clock on Saturday against Nebraska. Alma mater of the Oklahoma Hall of Fame men's gym coach Mark Williams. 2-2 here to Nolan Stevens. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Sun Devils. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Sooners. Stevens hits a high fastball to center field, but he got under it. And there is Dominic Longo to squeeze it. Moved maybe a step or two. First out and then back in. And 1 away in the Sooner 5th.
Now batting for the Sooners.
Halverson's been good. Got the double play ground ball as soon as he came in. And so he's retired all 5 Sooner batters that he has faced so far today out of the bullpen. Drew Dickerson, Sooner DH, is in. Big swing there. Came up empty. That one tailing down and away from Drew. He hit one hard to the right fielder, Toigo, back in the third. Batting .417 with 2 home runs and 8 runs driven in is Drew Dickerson. That one bounces in the left-handed batter's box. And so 1-1 is the count on Dickerson. Both bullpens are pretty quiet right now. Halverson has been very good out of the pen for the Sun Devils. And the Sooners have certainly gotten stability since they've gone to the pen from Caden Leon. We'll see how many pitchers Skip Johnson wants to use today as Dickerson takes a strike and the count goes to 1-2. Dickerson fouls this one off. Skip Johnson in his 9th season as the head coach of the Sooners. I was asking him in the pregame about, the response. Use words like response and bounce back and all of that. And Skip just calmly reminds you that it's just about your process. Continue your process and be about what you do. As the 1-2 pitch misses upstairs. We have a football society that needs immediate results. And whether it's a win or a loss, sometimes it appears catastrophic. But you just come back out the next day. That's the beauty of baseball, Josh.
That is the beauty. And the other item he said, be ourselves.
2-2 is cut on and missed. And Halverson is being himself on the bump for the Sun Devils right now. He has sat down 6 men in a row. Bases empty, 2 down here in the 5th inning, and the number 9 batter, Caden Brumbaugh, strolls to the plate. Caden singled and then scored a run on a base hit by Camden Johnson back in the Sooner 3rd. 3-2 Arizona State. Sun Devils got their 3 in the first. Sooners got 1 in the second and 1 in the third. Brumbaugh was part of it. First pitch to him is right through there. Pulled to third, slow roller, but a pretty routine pickup for Rolick, and he fires it across to Hairston. Inning is over. Second consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Halverson out of the bullpen for the Sun Devils. He's retired all 7 batters that he has faced today, and we are through 5 in Norman with the Sun Devils on top of the 13th ranked Sooners 3-2. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
Racing season is here at Remington Park. Giddy up and let's go racing. Thursday through Saturday with first post time at 6 p.m. Come feel the fastest fun around. Remington Park has the winning experience for everyone. Their casino.
And join today at Soonersports.com/ Kids Club.
Got a Sooner pitching change presented by CertaPro Painters. Are you looking to make a change at your home? Professionals at CertaPro Painters can help. Right now, 15% off your interior or exterior painting project if you call 405-990-8521 and let Robert and Jonathan take care of you. So Jason Bowden is the third Sooner pitcher of the day. What a good appearance by Caden Leon. Scoreless 3 innings of work. He gave up only 2 hits, and now here's Bowden. Goes to work against New Contrades, the cleanup man for the Sun Devils. Contrades, Longo, and then Austin Rolig, the scheduled hitters. 0-1. Bowden, the right-hander, out of the stretch. Whips one. A little bit outside at 84 miles an hour. Reliable guy out of the bullpen. Well, reliable's not giving him enough credit, really. 31 relief appearances a season ago, second most in the SEC. He's a Texas A&M transfer, as this one is fouled off over on the first base side by Contrades. Bowden spent 2024 with the Aggies, and now a junior here for Skip Johnson out of Orange, Texas. Second appearance of the year for him, Josh.
Yeah, just the second appearance so far, but he will be a valued piece of this Oklahoma bullpen.
Back up the middle off the bat of Contrades, ranging over Brumbaugh. Guns it across. Oh, the Sooner second baseman from all the way over on the shortstop side of the bag, moving away from the play, able to stop his momentum, sizzle it over to Dayton LaChance to get Contrades. Nicely done. Second time we've seen Brumbaugh go a long way to get to a ball.
Yeah, this time ranging off to his right. We saw him range and slide out into shallow right earlier, make a great defensive play, this time rewarded with the out.
Dominic Longo, the center fielder, and a 94-mile-an-hour fastball greets him. Longo's 0 for 1, walked in the first, and then grounded out to the shortstop, Willits. 400 hitter. Hacks at that one and comes up empty. Breaking pitch from Bowden. And it's 0-2. Jason Bowden, 6'3", about 190 miles an hour. This is one of those guys, Skip Johnson uses the term slinging snot out of the bullpen. You can see Bowden, and he whips that one through there. It's cut on and missed for strike 3, 2 down. Base is empty, 2 away. It's the 5th strikeout for Sooner pitching in this game. And the batter's Austin Rolig, the third baseman. Sun Devils did their damage in the first. They got 3 runs. A bases-loaded walk, a single by this guy, Austin Rolig, that made it 2-0. And then a fielder's choice ground ball. This is rifled down the right field line. Over to have a look at it is Stevens, but it rattles past him and off the fence in the right field corner. He's up with it on a couple of hops, but it's a standing double for Austin Rolig, who's got his second hit of the day. And a man in scoring position with 2 gone now for the Sun Devils in the 6th.
Sun Devils have been wearing out the corners of Kimry Family Stadium these couple of days here. Another double, this time into the right field corner.
Yeah, that is 8 doubles in 2 games for Arizona State. But 2 down, and we will have a pinch hitter, it looks like, here for Arizona State. We're going to have Garrett Michelle pinch hit for Matt Polk in the number 7 spot. Polk had been 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts today. Polk pinch hit for Michelle yesterday, and now Michelle returns the favor, and Bowden throws in behind the runner, and they're able to get rolling. Willits, the shortstop, snuck into the bag, and Bowden fired paint. Now they may have a look at this one. The umpires, see our plate umpire Mark Wagers is out saying we may want to go have a look just to make sure. We haven't had any reviews, and we got to get in our McIntyre Law review read for the day, Josh. They're doing this for sponsor purposes for us, I think.
Gotta be.
So for now, Rolig got picked off, and Willits did a great job timing that. It's timing between the pitcher and the shortstop. Sooners have jogged off over to third base. Sun Devils are over in the dugout. Rolig kind of hanging out over there. So this play is under review, presented by McIntyre Law. Visit McIntyreLaw.com to protect. Visit McIntyreLaw.com to connect with their team of award-winning Oklahoma personal injury attorneys.
Here comes the verdict.
Didn't take long. And the call is confirmed. Rolig is picked off, and the inning is over. Bottom of the 6th inning coming from Norman. Arizona State leads it 3-2, and this is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
Good times are calling your name at Riverwind.
So fill your heart with jackpots at OKC's favorite casino. Catch the hottest entertainment at the Showplace Theater.
Or take it all home on a classic table game.
Play with your wild card, and every Friday in February,
You could win stacks of cash.
with our $250,000 Love Struck Luck giveaway.
So make it a date, and we'll see you at Riverwind.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, the preferred foundation repair company of the Sooners. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, Sooner fans, want to make the most of not only your game day, but every day? Norman Parks and Recreation has got you covered. With 68 beautiful parks all over Norman, there's always a place to have fun or connect with nature. Swim or shoot hoops at the Young Family Athletic Center. Take a walk at Ruby Grant. Hang out with friends at the Adult Wellness Center. Or tee off at Westwood. And don't forget to make a splash at the Westwood Family Aquatic Center. Follow us on social at Norman OK Parks to explore all we have to offer. Norman Parks and Recreation, where Norman plays.
Today's game broadcast is brought to you by the OU Community Cornerstone Partners, Fowler Auto Group, OG&E, OU Health, and Coca-Cola. University of Oklahoma Athletics, one with you. Top of the lineup for Oklahoma headed to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Arizona State leads it 3-2, and Jason Walk is in to face Wyatt Halverson, who has retired all 7 batters he's faced out of the bullpen for the Sun Devils today. First pitch downstairs to Walk, 1-0. Walk walked in the 3rd. Here he lashes one foul and out of play down the left field line. 1-1 the count to the Sooner center fielder, who's also lined out to center field. They shade Jay Walk a little bit toward right. The center fielder Longo is. 1-1. Again, he hits it foul over the third base side. Sun Devils have made a couple of defensive changes. I believe Hairston is out in left field. You had the pinch hitter Michelle coming on. The shift is on, and strike 3 is called. A breaking pitch that froze Jason Walk for the first out. That is strikeout number 2 for Halverson. As Walk just kind of locked up on that one on the outer half.
And Halverson has had that breaking pitch working and gets Walk looking.
Halverson's in 3 innings with no hits, 2 strikeouts and no walks out of the pen. And here's Camden Johnson. Delivered a run with a base hit for the Sooners back in the bottom of the 3rd to get them within 3-2. But that's where we've been. A lot of zeros up on that board as opposed to yesterday. First pitch low and in to Camden Johnson. Catches the outside corner. So it is Landon Hairston now playing out in left. And Michelle, who pinch hit, never got to swing the bat because of the pickoff at second base. He's now playing first. That one is in there and a called strike. 1-2 to Camden Johnson. In addition to the RBI single, Johnson struck out in the first. 1-2 in the air, right center field, pretty well hit. Charging over is the center fielder Longo, and he's got plenty of real estate out there. Got under it a bit, did Camden Johnson. Once again, yesterday that ball probably goes off the fence, but doesn't matter. Yesterday is yesterday, and there's 2 down and the base is empty for the first baseman Dayton LaChance now.
Yep, that swing would have done the trick yesterday, but unfortunately, different conditions.
LaChance is lined to right field and hit into a 5-3 double play today. Waves at a breaking pitch and misses. .346 average with 10 runs batted in for Dayton LaChance this year. And the 0-1 bounces up there, looking for his first hit against the Sun Devils in the 2 games here in the midweek. Mentioned the Sooners will have Gonzaga coming in over the weekend, and you talked earlier about the Sun Devils trip away from Tempe, going to face some other SEC schools. Mississippi State on Friday, 10 a.m. in Arlington, then Tennessee, and then Texas A&M down there in Arlington.
Another one of those great events from Globe Life. Great for college baseball. All those teams getting down there, getting together.
2 balls and a strike here to Dayton LaChance. Fastball is swung through and missed. And the count is all square. Nine in a row retired by Halverson. The first guy he retired was Dayton LaChance. And he got him to swing at a breaking pitch there. It's in the dirt, so the catcher, Niklai, will pick it up and fire it down to Michelle, the new first baseman.
Ford, Seth Wadley Chevy GMC I-35 exit 72 in Pauls Valley, or click SethWadleyChevy.com.
Welcome into the 7th inning of Sooner Baseball, presented by Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Hal Smith Restaurants will feed your game day cravings with our wide variety of restaurants available across the Midwest. Visit HalSmithRestaurants.com for our list of restaurants. Top of the 7th, Arizona State leads 3-2. Quick swing and a miss. And Michelle, who came on as the pinch hitter, takes the next one from the Sooners' Jason Bowden. This one is outside, and the count is even at 1-1. So Garrett Michelle, pinch hitting for Matt Polk, came to the plate and then watched Austin Rolig get picked off at second base after Rolig had doubled. Michelle on the 1-1 pitch lifts it to straightaway center field. Jason Walk, plenty of room out there on the right side of the U in OU that adorns central field out there for Oklahoma. And the first one is in the books for Jason Bowden as he gets Michelle to pop up to start the 7th. That'll bring in Cohen Niklai, the catcher. Niklai 1 for 2. Base hit in the 4th and a strikeout in the 1st. And Bowden deals him a strike. You know, Bowden will be counted upon for a considerable role in the bullpen for the Sooners this year. Can he close? Maybe Leon can close. Leon certainly looked good. Both bullpens have looked good for these two teams today as the 0-1 misses outside. The 1-1 over the inside edge. Leon and Bowden from the Oklahoma bullpen, 4 1/3 scoreless innings with 3 hits and 3 strikeouts. And Halverson, 3 2/3 scoreless out of the pen for Arizona State. He hasn't allowed a thing and 3 strikeouts. He's retired every Sooner he has faced. This pitch is fouled off, 1-2. Halverson's actually gotten 10 outs. He's faced 9 guys and gotten 10 outs because the first man he faced hit into a double play. Swing and a miss, strike 3. With that kind of 3/4 sidearm sweeping pitch that Bowden is so good with, so tough for right-handed hitters. Niklai strikes out. That's Bowden's 2nd strikeout.
Good looking slider. Get the punch out there and continues this strong relief work for Oklahoma, trying to keep it within a run.
Sooners got a run in the bottom of the 3rd. That's the last time either team dented home plate. As Beckett Zavorik, the second baseman, fouls this first pitch off. Trickles back behind the plate. 0-1 to Zavorik. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out today. And the 0-1 low from Bowden. Sun Devils got 3 runs in the top of the 1st. Bases loaded walk to Longo. RBI single by Rolig. And a fielder's choice RBI ground ball by Polk. As the 1-1 is too tall. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Zavorik. Sooners got a solo home run from Brendan Brock in the bottom of the second and an RBI single from Camden Johnson in the bottom of the third. And the bullpens have been outstanding both ways today. Bowden misses up with a fastball, and it is 3-1 now to Zavorik. With the top of the order, Landon Hairston lurking if somehow Zavorik reaches. But Bowden not ready to let that happen just yet. He comes back with a strike to make the count full. The payoff pitch with the bases empty and 2 down. And Bowden got him looking with a fastball on the inner half. Inning over. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bowden to close things, and he holds it right where it is. 3-2 Arizona State as we hit the 7th inning stretch in Norman. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
That Arizona State turns to.
So Sean Fitzpatrick is the 3rd pitcher for the Sun Devils today. Wyatt Halverson was brilliant. 3 2/3 scoreless. And he got 10 outs, retired all 9 guys that he saw. As we said, he had a Sooner batter hit into a double play. And Taylor Penn, the starter, went 2 1/3 innings. He gave 3 hits and 2 earned runs. And right into the game, Halverson gives way here to Fitzpatrick, who faces Jackson Willits. And the first pitch misses low and away to Willits. Jackson's 0 for 2. Hit the ball hard to the center fielder in the second, and then grounded out to the first baseman in the 4th. 1-0 the count. Fitzpatrick really sits side saddle as he comes set. His front foot, that'd be his right foot, is pointing first toward the right-handed batter's box, and then when he comes set, it's pointed right at the Arizona State dugout on the first base side. Really a closed set position. And the 2-0 is swung on and missed. Fastball, 92 miles an hour to Willits. Willits, Gamble, and then Brock in the 7th inning for the Sooners. 2-1 count here to Jackson. A little high on that fastball. And that was a tough take for Jackson Willits, as it was about letter high. 3 balls and a strike to Willits, leading off the Sooner 7th. Swings through a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Sean Fitzpatrick is an Arkansas transfer. Spent his freshman year there and only 2 2/3 innings. But he's been critical out of the bullpen for the Sun Devils the last 2 years. He has a full count here on Jackson Willits, and strike 3 on the inner half, a fastball. Just dotted it. Jackson Willits kind of moved his head back, took a sigh, and had to take it. He's caught looking. That is the 5th strikeout for Arizona State pitching today, and it brings in Trey Gamble. Back to how good that Fitzpatrick has been out of the bullpen. He has had 52 total appearances, and he has now 6 outs recorded this year, all via the strikeout, in fact. And he deals another strike to Trey Gamble. Gamble's 0 for 2 with a fly ball to the left fielder and a ground out to the shortstop, Mutsaritas, today. Gamble walked a couple of times, or one time yesterday, and scored a run. The 0-1. Downstairs and away to Trey Gamble. A ball and a strike. Fitzpatrick's a team captain for 2026. As he's closed, and left-handed batters, when he kicks, like his front leg is behind you, and then he brings it across and fires it to the outer half. Got to hang in there with these lefty hitters. The 1-2 chops that one toward the Sooner dugout over on the third base side. Brendan Brock, who homered earlier, waits in the on-deck circle. Sooner Baseball brought to you in part by Planet Fitness, a proud partner of Sooner Baseball with multiple locations in Oklahoma. Planet Fitness can help you with whatever you're getting strong for. Join today. 1-2 coming here to Gamble. Got him. Fastball inner half. Actually, I think that was a breaking pitch that just kind of snuck in the back door. So the first two Sooner hitters faced by Fitzpatrick have been caught looking, and these are two good hitters, number 4 and 5 in the order. And the bases are empty with 2 gone. 6 strikeouts now for Arizona State pitching today. And here's Brendan Brock, right-handed hitting Sooner catcher. Homered in the second, grounded out to short in the fourth. And right back with another strike is Fitzpatrick.
Third time today, Brock has stepped to the plate, bases empty, 2 down.
Oh, 1 tried to catch the outside corner with it, but a little too far outside to Brendan Brock, making his 5th start behind the plate this season. He and Dayton LaChance have been alternating. LaChance is playing first base today. Dayton Taki getting a day off. 1-1. Couldn't hold up. Went around on a high fastball. And the count 1-2 now on Brock. Bases empty, 2 gone. 3-2 Arizona State. Bottom of the 7th inning. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Just powdered a fastball by him. So that's now 9 outs recorded this season by Sean Fitzpatrick, all via the strikeout. Strikes out the side in the 7th inning. 3-2. Arizona State leads number 13 Oklahoma through 7 innings in Norman. And this is
service. Visit Fowler Toyota Tulsa today, where your perfect ride is waiting.
For all things college baseball, including live games and talk, tune in to SiriusXM College Sports Radio, channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. 3-2 Arizona State on top. Top of the 8th inning coming your way from Kimry Family Stadium. Sun Devils looking to sweep this 2-game set. Jason Bowden back to the mound for Oklahoma and facing Landon Hairston, the leadoff man, who's out in left field now. Started the game at first base, and he lifts this one foul, towering foul ball over the third base side and out of play. 1-1 the count. Jason Bowden's been good out of the Oklahoma bullpen since he came in. Bowden 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 3 strikeouts. And right before him, Caden Leon was excellent. 3 scoreless innings, gave 2 hits with no runs and a pair of strikeouts himself. The bullpens have gotten it done today. This pitch is a little bit low and in to Landon Hairston. Hairston 1 out of 3 today, doubled and scored in the first. He's also struck out and fly to center after driving in 5 runs yesterday with 2 home runs. Bowden deals him a strike, 2-2. Hairston kind of frustrated, thinking I may not get a better pitch to hit than that one. 2-2 to the leadoff man, Landon Hairston. Just got a piece of that one, and he taps it foul. Crowd's been into this one from the get-go, Josh. Good to see such good crowds for the early season games. The weather doesn't hurt.
Weather doesn't hurt. Matchup of a couple of really good clubs.
2-2, checked his swing, and downstairs is the call. Oklahoma with the lengthy SEC schedule. Conference play begins on the 13th of March against Texas A&M here at Kimry Family Stadium. 3-2 hot shot off the glove of Bowden. He'll scramble to it over on the first base side. Underhand flip is a little low, but Dayton LaChance is able to hang on to it. That's one of those, you're so close and you feel the need to put a little mustard on it because you got a guy going down the line, but don't want to make it too hard for your first baseman. And so Bowden was able to get Hairston.
That was adventurous, but it counts for out number 1 all the same, and Bowden a nice job just getting the glove on it initially, give himself a chance to make the flip to first base.
If he doesn't get a piece of it, Brumbaugh might have made the play from second base, you would think, but you can't fault Bowden for wanting to make the play himself as he deals a strike to P.J. Moutsouridis, who's been on base 3 times today, 2 walks and a single. And the 0-1, right-hander to right-hander. Held up on the swing, and the pitch dances away. There's that slider. You can hear what Sooner fans thought. Mutsaritas, 2 hits in 4 official plate appearances in these 2 games. Bowden misses outside with a fastball this time. Mutsaritas is a transfer from Cal. 4 multi-hit games, 2 seasons at Cal. And now his first season at Arizona State. Bowden's 2-1 to it. Way outside. That bounced in the middle of the left-handed batter's box. So it is 3-1 now to Mutsaritas. And you got the meat of the lineup set to come to the plate. The number 3 batter, Toigo, and then the cleanup man, Contreras, potentially. The lights are starting to take effect here at Kimry Family Stadium. They've been on since the beginning of this one. 3-1 pitch, inside, ball 4. That is the second base runner allowed by Bowden since he came into the game. And now it's Toigo, the number 3 batter. Toigo, a lefty. Reached on an error and scored a run in the first, and since then he has struck out twice. 1 down and a man aboard at first. On by Dayton LaChance over there, and a throw goes over. Mutsaritas dives back in. 3-2, Arizona State. Sun Devils got 3 in the first. The Sooners single runs in the second and again in the third. This down around the shoe tops of Toigo. 1-0 the count. Oklahoma bullpen is active. There's been some throwing out there, but it's stopped. They're in position to throw and have been. Another throw over, and Mutsaritas dives back in. Mutsaritas 3 for 3 in the stolen base department. Good off-speed pitch that time from Bowden, and Toigo waved at it. This game approaching the 2-hour mark. We sit in the top of the 8th. Bowden a little more the A move on the throw over to first this time. A little quicker, but not a very big lead over there for Mutsaritas. One is hit foul. Just got a piece of that one over toward the first base dugout occupied by the Sun Devils. Arizona State's won 6 straight games in this series. Their first visit to Norman since 1998, and the first time that they've played since the 2008 Tempe Regional. 1-2 again, got him swinging. Jason Bowden gets Toigo. So Bowden has struck out 3 of the last 5 batters that he has faced. And with 2 down and a runner at first base, he will deal with the cleanup man, New Contreras.
Skip Johnson up and out of the Sooner dugout.
Well, what a performance by Bowden if this is the end of the line for him. 2 2/3, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, and just the 1 walk that's come here in this inning. And that is going to do it for Jason Bowden. Tip of the cap to Skip Johnson's bullpen today. 5 2/3 innings between Leon and Bowden so far. 3 hits between 2 traditional powers in collegiate baseball.
And I think we've filled in some seats as we've gone along, which makes sense for the start time today. But, yeah, they've been treated to a good one, and we'll see if Jackson Cleveland can come on, keep this good afternoon rolling for this Sooner bullpen.
P.J. Mutsaritas is the runner at first base as the DH New Contreras stands in from the right side with 2 gone in a 3-2 lead for Arizona State. And a throw goes over to first. Mutsaritas diving back in. Contreras today is 0 for 3. He hit a 2-run home run yesterday. It was 3 for 4. But so far today, he's fly to right and grounded out 2 different times. Low and away from Cleveland, 1-0. Jackson Cleveland, senior from Deer Park, Texas, out of the University of Miami. And Also spent a year at North Central Texas College and a year at Lamar in 2023. Pulled to third, fair, just inside the bag, gloved on a hop by Johnson. His throw is wide of first base, but another good tag over there by Dayton LaChance, and they're able to get Contrades at the bag. He was trying to slide around the tag, but he couldn't do so because LaChance speared it and tagged him, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and a man left for the Sun Devils in the top of the 8th inning. It is 3-2 Arizona State as we move to the bottom of 8. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Since 1955.
Of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Anheuser-Busch, Fletcher's Original Corny Dogs, Coca-Cola, Frito-Lay, The Baked Bear, Taco Mayo, Wonderful, and Boomerang Diner. Bottom of the 8th inning, Kimry Family Stadium. Oklahoma trails Arizona State 3-2. The Sooners sending 7, 8, and 9 in the batting lineup here to try to go to work against lefty Sean Fitzpatrick, who struck out the side in the 7th inning. First pitch misses outside to Nolan Stevens. Nolan is 0 for 2 today. He's grounded to the pitcher and fly to center field. Takes this one in there for a called strike on the inner half. It evens things up at 1-1. Stevens and then Drew Dickerson and Caden Brumbaugh. The bullpen today for Arizona State, 4 2/3 scoreless innings without allowing a hit. After the starter Penn gave 3 hits and 2 earned runs. And there's a wave and a miss by Stevens. 1-2 to Nolan now.
7, 8, 9, 1 for 6 today for OU.
Sooners have but 3 hits. As we said, all against Taylor Penn, the starter. Nothing against Halverson or Fitzpatrick. And that pitch misses outside now. 2-2 on Nolan Stevens, who homered yesterday. His first as a Sooner. He hit 4 last year at Mississippi State. And the 2-2 pulled toward the second baseman. Shift was on there, so the second baseman Zavorik was a little closer to the first baseman. Either way, a fairly routine play for him. Stevens is retired on a 4-3 putout to start the 8th. That'll bring in the DH, Drew Dickerson.
And Arizona State looks like, yep, they're going to make a pitching change here, Chad.
14 straight Sooners retired by the combination of Wyatt Halverson and Sean Fitzpatrick, who is now going to leave. And we will see the 4th Sun Devils pitcher of the afternoon. 3-2. Arizona State leads it with 1 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sooner Baseball is presented by OG&E. We energize life. And the University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Community Coffee, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, High Noon, Cup Bop, Nacho Express, Conecuh Sausage, and Evan Williams. So we'll step aside for the pitching change on the part of the Sun Devils, who lead it 3-2 with 1 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. First choice RBI ground ball by Matt Polk scored Dean Toigo, and it was 3-0. Sooners have chipped away. Solo home run by Brendan Brock in the 2nd. RBI single by Camden Johnson in the 3rd. And that's where we sit. No scoring since that bottom of the 3rd. And we're bottom 8, still locked up at 3-2. Drew Dickerson is in. Right-hander versus right-hander. And Schaefer's pitch is downstairs. 1-0 to Drew Dickerson. So Schaefer began his college career winning a national championship at Tennessee. He's out of Cave Creek, Arizona. Won that title in 2024 with the Vols. And this is his 2nd season as a Sun Devil. 2-0 the count as he misses low and away. Had a couple of saves. It was all over for this team last year. He's a closer at times. 3 starts, 22 appearances for Schaefer. And he's trying to protect a 1-run lead. Drew Dickerson shoots this one toward right, coming in about 10 steps. It's Toigo, and he grabs it for the 2nd out of the 8th. 2nd time that Dickerson has flied out to Toigo in right field today. Bases are empty and 2 down. We will see a pinch hitter for the Sooners with a right-hander on the mound. They will call Dayton Taki in. The left-hander to bat for Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh had a single and a run scored back in the third and was 1 for 2. And here is Taki. Taki played yesterday over at first base, was 0 for 2. He'll try to get something started for the Sooners with 2 down and the base is empty in the bottom of the 8th inning. Schaefer out of the wind to the plate. Taki takes, low and in. Nathan Taki, a home run and 6 runs driven in. Just the kind of situation that might get him going. Batting 176. Missed some time last year when he came in his first season as a Sooner. And that one is also down around his shoe tops. 2-0. Taki batted .271 with 7 home runs. His home run earlier this year came in the Sooners' win over Texas Tech. 2-0 the count. Schaefer pivots and deals. And 3-0. Sooners have the top of the order. Jason Walk on deck. And ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to the pinch hitter, Dayton Taki. Tying run is aboard in the 8th for Oklahoma. And it looks like Desan Harris is now going to come and run for Taki. So Desan Harris, the potential tying run with his speed, occupies first. And Jason Walk, who's 0 for 2 with a walk today. Righty-lefty matchup. That is the first Sooner base runner since the 3rd inning today. Between Halverson and Fitzpatrick, just mowing them down. They had retired 15 straight before the walk to Taki. First pitch, a strike to Jay Walk. And the 0-1. Breaking pitch. Outside. Count is even.
Harris, 5 for 6 swiping bags a season ago.
We'll see. 1-run game and 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 to Walk first. And called a strike. Walk kind of shaking his head. Did not necessarily agree with that one. And he's down in the count 1-2 now. 2 gone, bottom of the 8th. And the Sooners trail 3-2. Throw over. Harris chased back in. Now with 2 strikes, you might think Desan Harris would take off. Another throw over. Sizable lead over there, and Harris is able to scramble back in. Under the tag of the first baseman, Smaldino. Dominic Smaldino has moved in over there at first base. Big guy over there, about 6'6". He's got some reach. Another throw over. It's 4 throws over now by Schaefer.
The Boo Birds.
Sun Devils certainly think that Desan Harris is going to run. The stretch by Schaefer, and there he goes. The pitch is low. No throw by Nikolai. And a stolen base here for Harris, his 6th. So now the tying run is in scoring position, and a 2-2 count with 2 down to Jason Walk. Little intensity here in the 8th. And time called by Schaefer. Restart the pitch clock as Walk digs in the left-handed batter's box. They are shifted over toward the second base side of the infield. The shortstop, Mutsuritas, is on the second base side with 2 others over there. The 2-2 for Walk. Strike 3 call. Inning over. So it's a walk, a stolen base, and a man left for the Sooners, but no runs or hits, and it remains 3-2 Arizona State, headed to the 9th in Norman. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield. 8th we go. Sun Devils lead the 13th-ranked Sooners 3-2. Welcome back to Kimmery Family Stadium. Some good drama and a good one-run game that's been dominated by these two bullpens. Arizona State 5 2/3 scoreless. At one point, the bullpen retired 15 straight Sooners, but the Sooners have answered from their pen between Leon, Bowden, and now Jackson Cleveland, who's back out after getting the final out in the bottom of the 8th inning out of the bullpen. Jackson Cleveland faces Dominic Longo here and starts him with a strike. Longo 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout today. Ball 1 is down and away from Cleveland. Caden Leon went 3 innings with 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. Jason Bowden 2 2/3 with a hit and 4 strikeouts for the Sooners. The starters left long ago. Here's the 1-1. Breaking pitch pulled foul outside third. So it goes to 1-2. Going to run down the SEC scoreboard fully for you in the post game. Might try to dip into it here, but when you got drama, you hate to, take away from the action that we got happening. 1-2 the count here to Dominic Longo. Got him swinging. 1 away.
A couple of pretty breaking balls and punching him out right there with one for the first out of the 9th.
10 strikeouts for Sooner pitching. And here's Austin Rolig, the third baseman. 2 hits for him today, including a double back in the 6th inning. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Sun Devils. Sooners 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. A 3-2 lead for Arizona State. And there's a swing and a miss at another breaking pitch from Jackson Cleveland. Rolig was 1 for 4 yesterday. Drove in a run, scored a run. Pulls this one foul off the front of the Sooner dugout on the third base side, and it's 0-2. No scoring since the 3rd for either team, and none for the Sun Devils since the 1st when they got all 3 of theirs. Here's the 0-2 for Rolig. Bounces that one in the left-handed batter's box. Cleveland's 1-2 pitch. Rolig swung through a fastball, 95 miles an hour, and back-to-back strikeouts to start the 9th.
You pair that breaking action with that fastball at 95, that is a good-looking mix.
That's how you draw it up. And Jackson Cleveland has got him. This is going to be the new first baseman, Dominic Smaldino, getting his first plate appearance today. Started yesterday's game and went 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. They appealed to first on the check swing. Brandon Meisen says no swing from Smaldino. He's the 3rd man to occupy the number 7 spot in the order. Matt Polk started, then Garrett Michelle, and now Smaldino. Fouls that one back, and it's 1-1. Fastball at 94. Smaldino is also a Cal transfer. 6'6", 230 out of Ladera Ranch, California. Jackson Cleveland, the Sooner senior transfer. The 1-1, waved through and missed. 1-2, bases empty and 2 down. The Sooners will have 2, 3, and 4 in their lineup in the bottom of the 9th. And Jackson Cleveland trying to keep it at a 1-run game. Fires down and away to send the count to 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Hit foul and out of play, up and over. So it stays 2-2 on Dominic Smaldino. Sun Devils trying to stay unbeaten, go to 9-0. They have their best start since 2019. Sooners trying to get back on track after losing yesterday. Oklahoma needing to rally to get to 8-1. 2-2 pitch, base hit in between third and short. A sharp single off the bat of Smaldino extends the top of the 9th inning for the Sun Devils. So Dominic Smaldino has his first hit of this series. And he's at first with 2 gone for Koa Niklai. Or will there be a pinch hitter? I think we got a pinch hitter coming on.
Brody Briggs.
And indeed, Brody Briggs will pinch hit in the number 8 spot for Niklai. Briggs caught yesterday. Had a good day, 2 for 3 for Brody Briggs in that game. He sees his first plate appearance here. Left-handed batter, rifles one towards straightaway center. Walk will have to play it on a hop. Smaldino stops at second as Walk quickly gets it back in. But back-to-back hits, producing a little bit of a rally for the Sun Devils against Jackson Cleveland. Still 2 gone, runners at first and second. And so Brody Briggs with another hit in this series. Briggs is from Tulsa Union High School. He was an all-state player there in 2023. And so he's over there at first with Smaldino at second. Seven hits for the Sun Devils now. And the first pitch to Beckett Zavorik is fouled off. He's the number 9 batter, playing second base today, and he's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts in this one. First Sun Devil hits since back in the 6th inning. 0-1 pitch is over but low, and so the count is even at a ball and a strike. Right-hander to right-hander here. Cleveland kicks and comes in, and a breaking pitch snaps off low and away, and Zavorik was able to hold up on it. Sooners now have some situational changes defensively out there. They got Jason Walk playing at second base. Deshaun Harris is the center fielder, and this one is grounded to short. Jackson Willits makes a running throw, and the inning is over. So the Sooners with that defensive shift with the pitch hitting. Jason Walk was on the infield there at second base, but didn't make a play. Jackson Willits takes care of it. 2 men left stranded and no runs on 2. This game broadcast presented by the OU Community Cornerstone Partners, Fowler Auto Group, OG&E, OU Health, and Coca-Cola. University of Oklahoma Athletics, one with you. So here we go. Buckle your seatbelts. Bottom of the 9th inning in a 1-run game. 3-2, Arizona State is on top. And they sent Derek Schaefer back out to the mound to try to save it for them. Sooners will send Camden Johnson, Dayton LaChance, and Jackson Willits. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup to the plate. Righty-lefty with Schaefer dealing a strike on the outside edge to Camden Johnson with a breaking pitch. Camden Johnson drove in the second Sooner run with an RBI single back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that is Oklahoma's last hit. Didn't have a base runner for 15 at-bats until the 8th inning when they got a walk from the pinch hitter, Dayton Taki. The Arizona State bullpen and the Sooner bullpen have been the stories of this one. 1-1 the count as Camden Johnson digs back in. He's 1 for 3 with that RBI single in the 3rd. Rips this one out of play down the left field line, and he's down in the count 1-2 now. Taylor Penn started, went 2 1/3 for the Sun Devils, gave 3 hits and 2 earned runs. Since then, a steady diet of good arms out of the bullpen. Wyatt Halverson, Sean Fitzpatrick, and now Derek Schaefer. In the air, left center field, charging over goes Longo, dives and can't come up with it. It bounces off the warning track. Headed toward third, Camden Johnson. Here's the throw, it won't be made. How about a leadoff triple in the 9th, and Camden Johnson gets to his feet, pumps his fist at third. He's the tying run aboard with nobody out in the 9th. Well, Longo elected to dive, and it got underneath him. Backing up the play was the left fielder, Hairston. And Oklahoma gets just the jolt of energy that it needed. It is the Sooners' first hit since the third inning. And the infield comes in here for the Sun Devils. Camden Johnson's second hit of the game. He's got 2 of the 4 Sooner hits. Dayton LaChance with a chance. And a breaking pitch misses in from Schaefer.
Longo made a similar play. First batter for Oklahoma of the day, Jason Walk. This time it gets by him.
Infield in at all 4 spots and a 1-0 pitch. This breaking pitch is called a strike, and it's even at 1-1 to Dayton LaChance. That is Oklahoma's first triple of the season. 1-1. Pulled fair inside the bag at third, and we're tied. In to score comes Johnson. Headed towards second, LaChance. Sooners have tied it. Now they've got the winning run at second base and nobody out.
Kyle Branch will run.
Huge hit for Dayton LaChance. It is his first of the day. And as Josh said, Kyle Branch to second base. And Jackson Willits to the plate with a chance to win it. You just keep plugging away. And that's what Oklahoma's done. 15 straight batters retired. Not to be deterred, though. Oklahoma comes to life in the ninth. And here's Willits. He's showing bunt. Takes the pitch, and it's inside. Willits is 0 for 3 today, but he homered yesterday. And now his dad, Reggie's going to call him over for a little chat. So the Sooner offensive coordinator would imagine that Eli, younger bro, is watching from spring training. A little pat on the head for Jackson as he strolls back in. So it is Kyle Branch, the runner at second, after Dayton LaChance's RBI double to tie it. Camden Johnson led off with a triple. 1-0 to Jackson Willits. Shows bunt and takes this pitch down and in. 2-0. There is activity stirring out in the Sun Devils bullpen in left field. 2-0. Shows bunt. This time he offered at the pitch. And a fastball over the outer half. With Willits offering, the count goes to 2-1 now. Boy, you like the idea, though. Get that runner on down to third. Nobody out in the inning. 3-3 ball game. Outfield straight away. Infield is shifted to the right side. Willits bunts toward third, but it's foul. And so it's 2-2 now on Jackson Willits. Now we'll see what the play is with the count square. The stretch by Schaefer. Willits does not show bunt. Swings away. It's a base hit to left field. And the Sooners walk it off. Willits seals the come-from-behind deal. Branch scores from second. And Oklahoma wins it 4-3. Resiliency and a win for Skip Johnson and the Sooners. What a ball game it was. The Sooner offense, dormant since the third inning, springs to life in the ninth with a triple, a double, and a game-winning hit by Jackson Willits. That's some good baseball, Josh Helmer.
That was fun. The folks that bought a ticket today, you were treated to the right stuff.
We'll have the post-game show next. Oklahoma gets back on the winning side of it. They hand the Sun Devils their first loss. Oklahoma 8-1. Arizona State is 8-1. We will recap it next from Kimmery Family Stadium. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.